There is so much to talk about the 4th anniversary livestream. While watching it directly is the most reliable way to get information, it's not exactly the fastest. So let's make this quick. First up, Neo Visions. We all knew it'd be coming sooner or later, but there may be those unfamiliar with it. Put it simply, they're a new stage for units in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Neo Vision units will have 4 Neo features: Brave Shift, Brave Abilities, Vision Cards, and EX Awakenings. I'll talk about those later. The first Neo Vision is a Final Fantasy Brave Exvius original character. Yeah, no, it's Cloud. More specifically, it's a new one from Final Fantasy VII, the remake Part 2 Shadows of the Emperor. The Japanese Neo Vision release date was pretty close with the game's release, so it worked out pretty well for the developers. The second Neo Vision unit is Tifa, as in the original 5-star everyone can get from the unit of choice pool. Now, I know what you're all wondering. How do I make my Tifa evolve? The first few steps are pretty simple. Awaken her to 7-star, get her to level 120, and get her Super Trustmaster reward. Hey, I said it was simple, not easy. And on top of that, you have to get 2 new evolution materials, 25 fragments with her face on it, and an Ascension Pearl. How do you get those, you ask? Well, you can buy bundles with them, hope they give it out for free, or do the same thing with 7-star prisms. Burn your unit. Converting a regular 5 or 6-star unit will give you what you need to awaken her to her Neo Vision form. But if you think that's all you need, you vastly underestimate the developer's greed. You see, I said before that Neo Vision units have 4 new features. Let's talk about them quickly. First up, Brave Shift. Your units gain the ability to transform. With this addition, you can give them different sets of equipment for each form, which lets you make them a bit more specialized for certain battles. Next up, Brave Abilities. They're powerful new abilities that can be strengthened further with more materials. As you might guess, that requires farming. Thankfully, we're getting a new quest to help with that. By the way, not all Brave abilities have to be empowered to their final form though. Vision Cards. Think of it as a Neo equipment slot. To get one, all you have to do is summon a Neo Vision unit from the gacha. You can also get one when you raise a gacha Neo Vision unit's EX Awakening levels to +1 and an additional 1 at +3. What are EX Awakenings? Think of Ability Awakenings, but it's applied to the unit themselves. As you can see, you'll need more fragments and Ascension Pearls to do that. Increasing these levels will raise a unit's stat parameters. Think of them like bonus pots. Now with all that out of the way, let's get back to the main subject. These 4 features aren't unlocked all at once. Converting a unit to their Neo Vision form will only let you use their Brave abilities and equip a Vision card. To make them transform, you have to unlock EX Awakenings. That's going to cost you additional fragments and Ascension Pearls. The required amount is now doubled at this point, meaning you have to convert 2 extra copies of a regular Tifa. Getting to the second stage requires 3 extra copies of Tifa. And the third stage requires a whopping 4 copies of Tifa. Let's put this all into perspective. First up, to get Tifa, you have to summon her. Then, to convert her to her 7-star, you have to get a second copy and convert it into her prism. You next need her Super Trustmaster reward, which requires an additional 2 copies. Finally, you can evolve her into a Neo Vision, which needs you to burn another copy for the materials. At this point, you've gotten 5 copies of Tifa, and now you have a Neo Vision form. But if you want the shiny transformation ability Neo Visions are known for, you have to burn another 2 copies, bringing the total amount of required Tifas to 7. And if you want to raise her stats further, you need another 3 for the second stage, and an additional 4 for the third. But to be honest, stages 2 and 3 aren't as important as Brave Shift. Of course, by using things like the unit of choice tickets, the Omni Prism, or the Super Trustmaster reward Mugo, you can cut down on the required number of units. But that doesn't really change the fact that Neo Visions are going to be a heavy investment. But does that really change anything? To be honest, I feel the same way when 7 stars were introduced. Okay. To ease you into it, the developers are giving away a free Tifa, alongside the necessary materials to put you right on the doorstep of Neo Visions. Now, we talked about Tifa, but what about Cloud? Cloud from the Final Fantasy VII Remake is an entirely new character, and thus he'll be featured on the next upcoming banner. He's already in his Neo Vision form, but that doesn't mean that he's easier to get. As you might have feared, there's not a good chance of getting him. Sure, they've changed the rates a bit. 3 stars have been lowered from 76% to a dramatic 45%, and 4 stars have actually been raised from 19% to 45% as well. That's pretty great, considering that there are decent 4 stars with good Trustmaster rewards. The rates for 5 stars have been increased from 5% to 8.75%, which would be great if 7 stars were still center stage. Finally, Neo Visions have a minuscule 1.25% drop rate. To be honest, I'm fine with that. Why? It's still better than Fake Grand Order. But back to Cloud. While he is a Neo Vision, he doesn't have Brave Shift yet, which means you have to summon a second copy of him. The required amount of fragments have been increased, but that doesn't really matter, considering that converting a Neo Vision will give you 50 fragments and a Transcension Pearl. To unlock his second EX stage, you have to summon him a total amount of 4 times, and the third will require you to have summoned him 8 times. But as I've said, Brave Shift is the only real priority for now. And that's all for Neo Visions. The livestream did have more content. For one, there's now a new 7-star form for Barret, but there's no way he can overshadow Cloud and Tifa. There's also a new battle mechanic for enemies called a break gauge. Depleting the enemy's break gauge will apparently weaken them, but that just probably means that they'll be brought down to behemoth level. Additionally, they'll be giving away 10 free 11 summons which guarantee either a Rainbow unit or a Neo Vision unit, meaning that I'll probably get 11 Citrus and never see Cloud. They have an Overdrive login bonus, and are giving away a free Vision card. It's bound to get power creep, but hey, it's pretty cute. There's another login bonus for Neo Vision Cloud materials, which is obviously a ploy to get you to spend on the upcoming banner. I plan to post a banner review later, so make sure to subscribe for that. Here are the bundles of the materials they plan to sell. I don't know the price yet, but I have a feeling I won't get it. They still plan to do stuff with the Overdrive soon meadows, and are going to add materials for Tifa's Neo Vision form. They'll finally let us use those useless slot coins that have been taking up inventory space. And while it looks like they'll promise a lot of lapis, I have a feeling I'm just going to get that Minotaur and that pot. If I'm lucky, I might get the grand prize, that Chocobo. There's also a voting event, where you can choose the reward you want Gumi to provide. Personally, I'm going for the Super Trustmaster reward Mugo tickets. Why? Chances are, Neo Vision units won't be in the unit of choice pool, and I might want someone's Super Trustmaster reward sooner rather than later. But if you want to vote for the unit of choice tickets, I completely understand, because they're finally updating the pool. They plan to include all 5-star characters, which means Paladin Ciso, I have him, Luna Freya, I have her, Dr. Aiden, I have him, and Mastermind Zon. Oh shoot, maybe I should vote for that. Nah, I'm good. But if you're short on Lapis, you may want to consider the third choice. That was actually really tempting for me, especially since I'm a free-to-play player. In other news, there's a new VIP system, rewarding everyone who's not a free-to-play player like me. I don't plan to spend any money regardless, so I'm skipping this part. Finally, there's some quality of life updates. Arena's been increased because everyone loves Arena. We have Smart Auto equipped that no one will probably use, and we can finally use more than one Exvius ticket. Oh shoot, I can finally make a summoning video! You will be able to favorite some equipment, and you finally won't have to hold that button when you're chucking Magicites at your Esper. Oh wait, I already upgraded them all. Also, here's what they planned. What on earth, we have to wait until spring for that? Why? Also, it looks like Dragon Quest will get an update, so that's what I'm excited for. Others may cheer for Kingdom Hearts. I didn't play that game at all though. I didn't plan to summon the characters from the 3rd season anyways, but I guess some people were looking forward to them. Also, new Neo Vision Global exclusive units. A new Elena and Yoshikiri. No details on their abilities yet though. Still, definitely something to look forward to, and I may plan to save for them. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment below if you're interested in any of these particular events, and ask a question if you'd like.